All right, welcome back to the channel. Regis Prograis and Josh Taylor had an excellent fight this weekend. Josh Taylor is the new unified 140-pound champion, the WBA and IBF champion, I do believe. And he calls out Jose Ramirez. Let's talk about that, the 140-pound division, in this video. All right, welcome back to the channel, subscribers. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe and hit the bell icon so you can be notified of when we release more videos. Also, I want to thank everybody in my Patreon community and the live stream community that come to OG Boxing Talk Sunday mornings, 8 a.m. Central Standard Time with my co-host Blood Boxing, KQKC Boxing, Curtis Anderson, and hopefully new co-host Trap House Boxing. All right, let's talk about this Josh Taylor Jose Ramirez, which could actually be a fight for the undisputed title of the world. Last weekend, let's start backing up a little bit. This is something that Josh Taylor called out for and said that he wants to come to the United States to fight Jose Ramirez next. Jose Ramirez is the WBO, the WBC, and the WBO light welterweight champion, 140-pound champion, rests between welterweight and lightweight. And man, I certainly hope that can take place. I have some doubts about it though, and I have some doubts about it because of the reason that Regis Prograis had to fight Josh Taylor to begin with. So in order to do that, we got to take a little step back in history, my friends. This, by the way, this video was done October 28th, 2019. If anything changes after the point of this video, please timestamp it and remember when it was made. A lot of times people talk about videos, argue about things, 5-6 months later, like the video was made at that point in time. Now, anyway, Jose Ramirez is the WBC champion in large part because he ducked. You can refer to it two ways. He either ducked or he was strategically worked away from Regis Prograis. Regis Prograis was supposed to fight for the WBC belt, 140-pound WBC belt. Terrence Crawford was the 140-pound WBC champion. Then he moved up to 147 pounds to fight Jeff Horn. At that point in time, the 140-pound division, all these belts went vacant. All of the belts that are currently held between Josh Taylor and Jose Ramirez were at one point in time held by Terrence Crawford. I do believe, though, the exception being the IBF, maybe the IBF 140-pound title, because Mikey Garcia won that belt, and then he dropped that belt. Now, here's the thing. Jose Ramirez fought Amir Imam, and I do believe that it was Regis Prograis' fight against Julius Ndungo, that the WBC ordered those fights, and the winner of those two fights were ordered to fight one another. Regis Prograis won his bout in a knockout of Julius Ndungo. Then Jose Ramirez, I'm not sure, did he beat Amir Imam or who he beat for that champion? It was probably Amir Imam, though. Somebody can correct me in the comment section if I'm wrong. And the two were supposed to fight. Jose Ramirez and Bob Arum was like, nah, we don't think so. We got the belt, we're gone. And they refused to make the fight. Regis Prograis then went to fight in the World Boxing Super Series and go about that route to get his hands on the WBA championship, which he got when he fought Kylie Relic. And then he just lost in the ring to Josh Taylor in an absolutely spectacular fight. So now what Josh Taylor is asking and hoping for is that Bob Arum will risk his belts against those two belts against the guy that beat Regis Prograis. I don't know, man. I don't know, because that does not fit. That does not fit the mold of Top Rank. I very well might be wrong, but I do not believe that fits the mode of Top Rank. What Bob Arum likes to do is Bob Arum likes to take unification fights or undisputed fights or any of the type of fights that he thinks his fighter can win. And I promise you, that's not Regis Prograis and Jose Ramirez is anything but a surefire win or even a 60-40 fight for Jose Ramirez. Now, personally, I favor Josh Taylor in a fight with Jose Ramirez. Coming from the southpaw stance, being able to box on the outside, he's also proven that he can fight on the inside. And Josh Taylor is only going to be at welterweight. He's already draining. I believe, from the look of his weigh-in and the almost 5'9", 5'10" stature, that he's really, really, really shrinking down to get to 140 pounds to begin with. He's a bigger guy. So I don't think any of those advantages necessarily sit with Jose Ramirez, who seems pretty comfortable at the weight of 140 pounds. So Josh Taylor being able to get that fight with him, unless he signs with Bob Arum, that's going to be an interesting negotiation. We're going to be very interested to see whether or not I'm going to be very interested. You might not be very interested, but I'm going to be very interested to see how much of a demand there is to try to, from ESPN, from Ring Magazine, from whoever it is, the different, as some of my detractors like to call them, relevant boxing outlets. As if anybody's opinion about boxing is really relevant. At the end of the day, the guys got to get in the fight, got to get in the ring and fight one another. I thought Regis Prograis beat Josh Taylor. And guess what? My thought on that is irrelevant because he didn't. Josh Taylor won the fight. The judges scored the fight for Josh Taylor. This morning, as of the time of this video, Josh Taylor, which is 10:28, Josh Taylor is the WBA and the IBF 140-pound champion. So my opinion about that is irrelevant because you can always go to BoxRec or Fight Facts if you feel like paying a ridiculous amount of money to get an official record. But either way, you can go what you can get. You can go check that. You can go check the record, and my opinion ain't changing it. So it is what it is about these guys, these people's opinions actually being relevant. But I would be very, very interested to see if people are going to try to really push Jose Ramirez into a fight with Josh Taylor, or whether or not Bob Arum just says, no, thank you. And Jose Ramirez gets a franchise championship out the WBC, so he doesn't even have to, right? You think the WBC is going to order that fight with Bob Arum not wanting it? No, I'm not saying Bob Arum doesn't want it, but that just doesn't fit the mold. And it doesn't, and that's exactly what he did with Regis Prograis already. Regis Prograis, they had a fight that was ordered between two people to unify that, and he didn't take that fight. And this is a guy that is presumably better than Regis Prograis in a more difficult fight than Regis Prograis. So why would Bob Arum take it? So look, man, more than likely, Josh Taylor, if you want any type of shot at a unification fight or at an undisputed fight, you're going to have to move up there to 147 pounds, my friend. And I don't think that 147 pounds is going to be as friendly to Josh Taylor as 140 pounds is. Because I think that one of his biggest advantages at that weight class is his size. And getting in and fighting the likes of a Sean Porter, or getting into dog fights with Errol Spence Jr. or dog fights with Terrence Crawford, that's probably not going to go very well for him. Or if he does, hey man, good for him. But we definitely got a very, very good 140 pounder in Josh Taylor. And congrats to him for winning that fight. But I'm not holding my breath for a fight with Jose Ramirez again, unless Josh Taylor signs with Top Rank. If Josh Taylor signs with Top Rank, then we've got a new number 6 pound for pound fighter in the world. I guarantee you. That could be the smartest thing as far as the reputation of Josh Taylor. That would be the best way he could go about doing that, by signing with Top Rank, they more than likely will move Jose Ramirez up, or they might make that fight with Jose Ramirez, and then Josh Taylor will be right there with Vasily Lomachenko and Tyson Fury as, you know, the big. He would immediately put Terrence Crawford to the number 5 slot on the top ranked card behind Lomachenko, Tyson Fury, Jose Ramirez, Josh Taylor, then Terrence Crawford will be there, you know, picking up the crumbs at the end. That's the way Bob Arum rocks with it. And if you don't believe me, just go check your history. Just go look back and see the history of, do some research on the history and the way that Bob Arum moves, and you'll see that what I'm saying is, you know, pretty spot on. Anyway, it is what it is. Let me know what you think in the comment section. And with that, I'm out. Peace.